Hello and welcome back to Travel Secrets with TV's Dave Galvan. I know you're thinking, those of you who are able to watch the video on this, oh my God, there's video on this. Holy crap, this is a different background. What are we gonna do? So we're actually taking a trip to Las Vegas and we're sitting here at the Holiday Inn Resorts. This place is pretty snazzy, right? So we got a 2-bedroom, we got a washer and dryer, and we got a full-size kitchen. I invite you to check out our TikTok, which you can see on the thing down below if you're watching the video. All right, and our TikTok name is at Dave the Tour Guide. At Dave the Tour Guide. Follow me on TikTok and you'll see our entire adventure over here on our trip to here Las Vegas. But I promised you all a detailed review of our recent cruise to Mexico on Margarittaville of the Seas, and that's what we're gonna do right now. So let's be honest with you, not every cruise is ever gonna be perfect, and not every vacation is gonna check every single box. And not every travel advisor is gonna tell you the whole truth about their experiences at sea. But here at timeforyourvacation.com, we believe you deserve the real story, the good, the bad, and all the stuff in between. So just kick back and I'm gonna give it all to you. Now, before I dive into my personal experience, let me give you a little bit of context. Margarittaville At Sea Islander, this is the name of the ship, the Islander. This is a cruise line that's very laid back. They got flip-flops, frozen drinks, Jimmy Buffett style lifestyle, okay? There weren't really any what I call cruise snobs like you generally will see on Royal Caribbean. I love to wear the tackiest Hawaiian shirts on the day of embarkation. I just walk around in front of all the old people, just trying to make them all be like Margaret Dumont types, if you get the reference. But they are very snobby in some cases. Margaritaville isn't like that at all. This ship is going to sail primarily out of Tampa, Florida. It's going to offer relatively short cruises to ports like Progreso and Cozumel, Mexico. It's marketed as kind of a casual, fun, no-fuss cruise experience where the vibe is more cheeseburger in paradise than formal dining. Sounds kind of cool, right? Well, let me tell you what actually happened. First of all, let's get the not-so-good stuff out of the way. Here's the thing about cruising. You expect certain basics, right? Like clean sheets and working plumbing and temperature control. Our stateroom was hot. And I'm not talking about a minor inconvenience where you got to kick the covers off at night. I'm talking about waking up in the middle of the night and you're wondering how you somehow drifted next to the sun. My wife and I, we tried to adjust the thermostat repeatedly. We checked the vents. We did everything, short of performing an ancient cooling ritual. Nothing worked. But here's what really got me. It wasn't just our room. The entire ship was uncomfortable. Hallways, common areas, restaurants, it was like the air conditioning had taken a permanent vacation from its own and just decided it didn't want to be bothered in getting back to work. So I understand that, we're creating a tropical atmosphere, but there's a significant difference between the island vibes, and I'm genuinely concerned about heat stroke. When you're paying for a cruise experience, basic climate control in your own room should not feel like a luxury add-on. And what seemed very frustrating was the crew was kind of indifferent. Kind of like, yeah, we know, that's just how it is. And it was very frustrating for us. I found the food to be kind of a roller coaster of quality. So let's be kind of fair here. Some of the food aboard Margarittaville at the Sea was quite good. There were meals where I sat back satisfied thinking, wow, that was pretty good. And the ship should get some high praise for specific dishes. And I can confirm that when they get it right. But then there were dishes that they made that were like, how could they screw this up? I mean, we're talking about basic dishes like mac and cheese. Somehow kind of missed the mark entirely. Inconsistency was kind of the name of the game. You never quite knew which version of the kitchen you were going to end up for your meal. A cruise line trying to compete in today's market, food consistency really matters. You can't serve an excellent dinner one night and phone it in the next morning for breakfast. Travelers remember both experiences and they're going to get online and they're going to talk about them. Bad experiences are going to stick around longer than our memories. Now, I'm not one to demand that service staff perform happiness like a trained SEAL. that's kind of unrealistic. But when you're on a cruise literally themed around relaxation and good drinks and being carefree, you expect the bartenders to at least appear like they want to be there. That was not my experience. Some bartenders that I encountered seemed disengaged at best and actively uninterested at worst. It felt like they would have rather been doing anything else. This matters because the bar experience is central to the Margaritaville brand. If your bartenders don't embody that laid-back, fun-loving spirit, the whole illusion's going to crumble. You can have the most beautifully decorated tiki bar in the world, but if the person behind you acts like they're serving a prison sentence, the magic is gone. At one point, I went up to a bar to get my cup filled with my favorite soft drink. The bartender's working his way down the bar. He gets down to me, takes one look at me, turns around and goes back to the other end of the bar and starts helping the people back again. I'm never going to forget that, and I'll be talking about it till the end of time. Here's something that kind of baffled me. It's 2026, right? And technology literally has like the world at our fingertips. In Margaritaville at Sea, it relies almost entirely on paper for everything. There's no app, there's no digital daily schedules that you can push on your phone on an app, no easy way to book excursions or make dining reservations from your stateroom. Everything is done through paper and physical signups. It's sort of an old school like bulletin board announcements you'd get at your high school. It's not the end of the world, but it does feel kind of outdated compared to other cruise lines. And you'd think with all the paper they're printing up, it would actually be cheaper just to hire a guy or girl to actually create an app to do everything. So I do need to address something because it really impacted our experience. During the onboard art auction, a woman working the event was extremely rude to my wife. Not mildly dismissive or just having a bad day. She was just a bitch. So I find this unacceptable. Full stop, unacceptable. Your staff represents your brand. And when someone treats a paying guest poorly, it reflects on the entire cruise experience. My wife did nothing wrong. She was simply asking questions. And there was no justification for the treatment she received. One bad interaction can color an entire vacation. This one definitely left a mark on ours. Oh, I walked up to the person in question and I told her off. Then I walked up to her boss and pretty much told him off too. Then my wife and I got some art. Okay, so now the good stuff. Let me tell you about the things that actually did work because there were a lot of bright spots that do deserve recognition. If you're someone who needs downtime on a vacation like I do, the Margarittaville at Sea Islander delivers this. Despite the party boat branding, there's plenty of quiet spaces scattered throughout the ship where you can escape the noise and crack open a book or get some work done if you're like a digital nomad like a lot of people are. I found several comfortable spots where I could relax without constant everywhere in your ear. This is a nice surprise. Not every moment of a cruise needs to be high energy. Our stateroom attendant was wonderful. Here's where I need to give credit where it's absolutely due. Despite the temperature issues that were clearly beyond their control, this person showed up every day with a great attitude, kept our room spotless, and anticipated our needs before we even knew them. Just those little touches that sort of matter. At one point, everyone kind of kept knocking on our door while my wife and I were trying to sleep. Like, can you leave us alone? Well, our stateroom attendant could tell I was a little annoyed by it and actually sent us up a bottle of champagne and some chocolate-covered strawberries. Totally complimentary. I thought that was magnificent. Of course, I don't drink and I'm allergic to strawberries, so it was totally lost on me, but it was actually a very nice gesture. And I did get some good sleep eventually. Towards the end of the cruise, I got a tattoo. Yep, you heard that correctly. I got a tattoo. It's actually right here. I got my wife's tattoo named on my ring finger. Look, when you're embracing this whole no worries kind of lifestyle, sometimes you make decisions you wouldn't make on land. The ship had a great tattoo parlor with great employees, and I sort of decided to commemorate this particular adventure with some permanent artwork. And last but not least, I really did like the ports that we visited. Progresso is a very underrated location. People on YouTube complain about it all constantly. We walked down the boardwalk. We had some dinner, or lunch, I should say. And we had ourselves a really good time. Took some pictures. We were the only ship there. It was wonderful. And then Cozumel, where we went to Paradise Beach, was one of my wife's favorite places. I get her the snorkel package. I got a day bed on the beach. I got us the all-you-can-eat package and the all-you-can-drink package, and it's very affordable. And this is just one of those beach experiences that actually deliver on its promise. And the people who work there, fantastic. The water is crystal clear. The facilities are clean and well-maintained. If you're looking for a Cozumel recommendation, I'm going to say the Paradise Beach Club. My wife is just itching to go back as we speak. So here's where I give you the real talk. After everything I experienced, the frustrations, the highlights, my tattoo, who is the Margarittaville at Sea Islander actually right for? This cruise will be perfect for you if you want a casual, no pretense cruise experience. You're okay with some service inconsistencies in exchange for a laid-back atmosphere. You're interested in visiting Progreso or Cozumel without breaking the bank. You don't need cutting-edge technology to enjoy your vacation, and you can handle a hot-ass room. Honestly, that was really annoying. That was awful. Honestly. Now, this cruise is not going to be right for you if you want that hoity-toity kind of atmosphere. You expect a seamless digital integration with your cruise experience, or you're looking for that premium polished cruise product. It is, however, a fun time. And my wife and I are looking forward to going back again. And that's it. That's all you're getting from me this time. Stay tuned next week when we talk a little bit about our time in Las Vegas. And don't forget, visit timeforyourvacation.com. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you later.